So I've been doing a little digging and come to find out Dawn Robinson's husband was jealous of her. Want to find out how I know? Stay tuned. Watch the video. Economic collapse is going to be a real thing. The cost of living is out of control. The economy is doing bad, job layoffs everywhere, inflation, rent prices. People just trying to survive. Welcome back, my beautiful people. So, like I said, I did a little digging. I found out a couple of things because the husband dropped a little message for the public, but I don't like how he delivered that message. And I know a narcissist when I see one. But we going to get into this video and watch what he has to say about the lovely Miss Dawn. You ain't going to believe it. Now, here we go.
Married to Dawn for 10 years. A lot of people get it wrong because Hollywood and gossip sites and shit tend to do that. Just like most everybody reporting that I'm a two-time Grammy winner, I'm not. I only worked on 2 Grammy nominated projects. Nominated. They say I'm 49 years old. I'm not. I'm 52 years old. My group, for example, they had one hit in 1995 called I'd Rather Be Alone. It went gold after the second single and the second video came out. We broke up. And that's when I ended up signing to Babyface and Tracy Edmonds' label. But most of my credit was earned as a songwriter, writing for Jesse Powell and Will Downing and As Yet, Ricky Bell from No Edition, Montel Jordan, Stevie B, the NBA Jam Session, Big Boy from Outkast. Anyway, this isn't about me. This is about me just minding my own damn business the other day and seeing a video come up on my feed, and then a bunch of other people texting me the same video of my ex-wife, the woman that I was in love with for about 10 years of my life, telling the world that she was sleeping in her car and was homeless. That either her mother put her out or her mom was making her life miserable, and immediately I knew all of that shit was not right. I know Barbara Jean Alexander, okay? That woman is an angel. Her mother and I talked, actually, we just talked yesterday. She'd never put her out. She'd never put her daughter in the streets. There's no argument that you could have with Barbara Jean that you could ever view as aggressive or mean-spirited. So I knew something else was going on. I don't know. I scroll through and I see people talking and people ripping her apart and putting their 2 cents in. But this music industry is demonic. It takes and it takes and it takes. It uses you up until you have nothing left, and then it seeks to destroy you for the ratings. Because the people at the top, they get paid on both ends, on your way up and on your way down. So if nothing else, I just want people to look at Dawn as a human being right now. I know Jermaine Dupri seems to feel like maybe this might be a hoax that she's doing or some kind of publicity stunt. Slim Thug had a more human take on what's happening, but those are men. What I want you to understand is that this is a woman, and while we can bounce back and end up in a position like I'm in right now, I'm an executive for Hilton. I make over $500,000 a year. Not everybody can do that shit without some help. So maybe you could call it survivor's guilt or whatever the fuck you want to call it. But when I see my ex, somebody that had my heart at one point in my life struggling, I don't believe that bullshit about her wanting to do van life or, you know, wanting to have to put a video out telling everybody that she's living in her car. I believe it was a cry for help. You know, so I reached my hand out to help. Sad part is, I don't think she'll take it. I'd love if she did, but this industry, it twists your head up so fucking tight that the only thing that matters is the crowd's approval. You know, and she doesn't have the crowd anymore. And she can't do anything to get that back. She don't really believe that. I know that's what all this is about, but she's struggling with something. I'm not a doctor, but I'm aware of, you know, mental health issues. I had one at a point in my life, decades decades ago. I had problems with my temper. I had abandonment issues from being abandoned by my mother, abused, raped, incarcerated, molested throughout my childhood, my entire childhood. But I'm a man. I bounced back and worked through my mental health issues. But what about when you're the biggest girl group since the Supremes and you're conditioned by producers, predatory fucking producers, who know that they're gonna fuck you for every dime that you earn. But they feed you a bunch of hope and dreams, and you record album after album after album and never, ever, ever fucking get rich. Now you're older and the radio stations, they don't want to really play your new music. They don't want to play your music videos. They don't want nothing to do with you. You didn't get your big shot to put out your solo album, the bills start piling up, the shows start drying up, and you're getting older still. Your group kicks you out. You find another group. That group kicks you out. You finally meet the man that you want to marry, and you marry him. Then he kicks you out. But you still have dreams. And the people that come, they don't quite know how to get it done for you. So you get bitter, and you get angrier. You start to be demanding, and people look at you like, who the fuck are you to be demanding? You haven't had a hit in years. What have you done for me lately? And then you get angrier and more bitter. And then you get left alone. Because you lash out a lot. Because you started out that really sweet girl with all these dreams that were coming true, where you did the work and you did what you were supposed to do, what you were directed to do. And the money came and you didn't get any of it. Now nobody wants to work with you. What the fuck did she do wrong? No record labels want to sign you because in the meantime, Napster just happened. And people stop buying music. The fans that love you so much, they steal your music now. And then they read about you sleeping in your car. Half of these twisted fools out here and down in the comments, they're living their own psychosis. We understand that. Half of them are hoping that they hear a sad ending. The other are praying for your success. And your mind is desperately swimming in survival mode, trying to figure out how to get your head above the water so you can breathe. She's drowning, guys. She's fucking drowning. That's what I think. But that's just a human take on it. And who am I? The guy that left her, the guy that bad-mouthed her decades ago, calling her a spoiled bitch, among other things. Yeah, that's me. But at the time, I was hurt because I didn't know how to respond to her pain. You know what I mean? But I've had a long time to think about it, a lot of life to learn how to read, and I don't want people to misread her. So I know she doesn't want help from me or anybody else. I don't blame her. She needs help in ways that most people can't provide. She needs some fucking professional courtesy, some love, some empathy, a time machine. She needs a fucking job. So I hope I was able to shed a little bit of light on the struggle that's happening in this situation. So Dawn, if you're seeing this, you know, and I know you are, I'm really sorry that I was one of the many, many people who disappointed you. But don't let that keep you from digging out of this. I believe in you. I always have, I always will. And I know you can do it. So I just wanted to put this video together to put some perspective on everything. We're all just humans out here trying to make shit happen. Human shit happens to everybody. Hollywood is a illusion. Everyone that acts like they have money, they don't. We had managers renting our cars, buying our cars, putting us in rented mansions and, you know what I mean, rented clothes. We had to return the clothes after the videos. We had to buy our own Grammy Awards and buy our own gold plaques. It's all a fucking dream. It's all bullshit. But what's happening to her right now is very real, and it could end up really fucking bad. And I don't to see that happen.
Baby, y'all gotta realize when y'all listening to a narcissist person. Cause see, you can't play me. You can't play me at all. I've been a music fan. I've been watching In Vogue. I've been looking at interviews on the stage, off, hot or not. I look at interviews from a lot of singers. Past, present, 60s, 70s, 80s. Yo, narcissist. You know what? You know what? Let me tell you why I said this man jealous. Because I know what I heard come out of Dawn's mouth. You don't believe me? Let's get into it. No, no, you ain't gotta believe me. We gonna get into it. Let's get into it. Let's get into it.
I've never really dated other celebrities. I just never did. I never dated other celebrities. I just dated everyday guys. You know what I mean? And I never said, "Oh my God, you have to have a certain status." Now I think I will do that because it probably put me in a precarious situation dating guys that were not celebrities because my ex-husband was jealous. First of all, well, he was kind of a celebrity, I guess. He was in a group um, called For Example, and they had a song, a moderate hit in the States, but it was a big song overseas.
No shade, but we don't know him.
Oh my gosh!
No
Right,
shade.
I know what you're saying. I know. But when he told me his song, "I'd Rather Be Alone" is the song, and I was like, "Oh, I remember that song." But it was much bigger overseas. It was much bigger in China. They were huge over there. Japan. I'm sorry, not China. So, but that what do
It's
you
a
call it?
jealousy issue.
Exactly. It started to be competitive. He was competing with me, and I'm like, dude, you can't do that. Like, it's not like I can take back all the success that I've had over the years. You knew who I was when you married me or when you met me. And we got married way too soon, too. But 3 months in, it was like, bam. And stupid, just dumb. But I thought he was an incredible songwriter. He used to write for Babyface. He wrote for, As Yet, All for One, all those boy bands. So I just thought he understood the business that we're in. And what an incredible writer. I was like, we can be Ashford and Simpson, the young Ashford and Simpson, because he was just so prolific as a writer. He taught me, especially in the studio, when you don't have a budget, like, because I'm used to En Vogue budget. Really, there was no budget for us. We're just in the studio. We're having fun. We're recording, and there's no time stamp on anything. It's like we could take as long as we wanted. And with him, he was like, we're on a budget. We got to get in here and get out. And so I had to learn how to write really quickly. He was really great about that. So, but the jealousy started to come out really quickly. And soon after we were married, I was like, whoa, wait a minute. This is ugly. Yeah. So we couldn't work that out. That relationship ended because of the physical abuse as well as the mental abuse and the jealousy. You can't get with someone. Now I know when you get into a relationship, you have to come with what you have to the table, and they have to have their own as well. I'm no longer going to date a guy who doesn't have his own. As far as, and I can't say that they have to have the same kind of success as me. That's not going to be fair to someone. But you got to at least have your own business. You have to have your own goals. You have to have, what are you doing with your life? Recently, I was trying to talk to this guy online, and
Like I said, why would she be on Sherry's World's podcast saying her husband is jealous? He mentally abused her, physically abused her. First of all, he showed all them signs. Yo, ex been in the car for 3 years. You so-called just hearing about it. You can't do nothing about it. Why in the hell would you get online saying all that extra stuff you saying? You was a little bit extra, my guy. And you want to talk about what people saying in the comments and all this stuff. Maybe they was right because you said a lot that we didn't ask for. It's almost like I'm going to put you down, but I'm going to lift you up. I'm going to say all that stuff he said about her. You're this mean bitch or whatever he said. You have a nasty attitude or whatever he tried to say. You got kicked out. You only had one hit or whatever. Nobody's checking for you no more. When he said that stuff, something in my spirit told me that this is what you used to say to her in an argument. Come on now. Y'all know what I'm talking about. You know what I'm talking about. When he said that, because like who said like all of that? Who-wee? Somebody who's focused on somebody just being in the car and not in a home. I mean, the subject would have stayed there. And then if you study body language, some of the things he would say, he would make a smirk laugh after he said. You only got one hit. You getting old. Nobody's checking for you. You just got to see the body language. The way he was talking. Some of the facial expressions when a person do that. Like, I see you, and I've been seeing what she said about you a long time ago. We knew you was a douchebag. She said you was. But you want to come on here and act like you, oh, I ain't do nothing. Wasn't me. She chose to be out there. I really care about her. You said all that? Because you said all that about me, and I'm in the car, and I would have been like, dude, why are you talking about I got kicked out with my girls? Why are you talking about nobody want to deal with me? Like, who asked you any of that shit? Person I used to lay down and sleep with. Like, you really like pillow talking? My guy. But that's where we at with it. Like I said, you can't hide from me. So I see exactly what you're doing, honey. Exactly what you did. And the world just seen it. And Dawn just said it out her mouth. You was jealous. You mentally abused her. Physically. Verbally. And you talk like you got a nasty mouth. All everybody got to do is look at your other posts you made. Half black patriot. I bet you are. This is funny. Like, did you not think she did never speak? And she didn't even get in detail like you got in detail. She just said the basics. He was abusive verbally, mentally, and he was just jealous of me, so it didn't work out. You're a bitch. Who would want to work with you again? I'm like, God damn. But y'all know how some of them men be. Let me know what you think down below. Let me know what's your thoughts down below in the comments. I'm Tiffany Rose. Thanks for watching this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure you sub. Boy, we just caught a narcissist red-handed. Bad, you little shit. Like the video so other people can push it out. And I'll see you guys later to the next video. All right, bye. Economic collapse is going to be a real thing. The cost of living is out of control. The economy is doing bad. Job layoffs everywhere. Inflation, rent prices. People just trying to survive.